To go big with your turkey hunting adventures, you don't always have to go big. Today, we have the Mossberg 500 pump shotgun in 410. And I tell you what, I'm actually really excited about taking a peek at this gun. I love shooting 410s and I love hunting turkeys with 410s with the right kind of ammo. So the Mossberg 500 turkey has a couple different options. They have the turkey version that is optics ready. You can see this one already has it on there. It came that way, but they have one that's optics ready. So it has a plate. It's the MRSC footprint. So low profile footprint for a micro red dot, or you can get it with the Holosun micro red dot already on there. Price difference, the turkey version optics ready is $664, and with the Holosun red dot it's $844. So obviously paying a bit more for that red dot, but if you want it optics ready, I can tell you it's a little bit of a pain to find the micro red dots that fit this specific footprint, but I have done it on other Mossberg guns that didn't come with the red dot. But I've shot the Mossberg 500. In fact, it was my very first shotgun. But let's just jump into the specs. We already hit on the MSRP. This comes in either 410 or 20 gauge, and I believe 12 gauge as well, it should. This is a 3-inch pump, 6.25 pounds, but let's not take their word for it. 5 pounds, 13.9. So less than 6 pounds, which makes sense when you grab this gun. I don't know where I got the 6.25 number from, but let's call it 5 pounds, 14 ounces. So less than 6 pounds. Light shotgun, sometimes that adds to more felt recoil, especially in a pump shotgun, but we're also shooting a 410, so that's probably not gonna be a big deal. Length of pull out of the box, I believe is 13.87. Mossberg's pumps are generally shorter than I would like to see. We could aftermarket add a pad on here, could even add a Falcon Strike if we wanted to, and start extending that length of pull. Yeah, but it looks like 13 7/8. And I'm about a 15-inch length of pull. And I'm not a huge guy. I just got dimensions that make my length of pull a little bit longer. We can't really look at the drop of this gun because we have a red dot on there, but it's pretty standard. Looks like a 3/4 to a 1-inch drop. I'm just gonna guess by looking at it. If I really get my face down, it's low, but with that red dot, I can float it a bit. Just make sure my red dot's where it needs to be. So fit isn't nearly as important when it comes to turkey shotguns. Last thing I'm gonna take a look at is just this trigger pull. 6 pounds. Fair amount of pre-travel, but fairly light trigger pull. Let's see how close Steve is today. 5 pounds, 7.2 ounces. I was close. If you can get within a half pound, that's pretty decent. Ooh, 5 pounds, 11 ounces. Now I'm getting even closer. One last pull. Either way, it looks like we're at a sub 6 pound trigger, which is really impressive on a shotgun at this price point. 5 pounds, 6.2 ounces. Let's call it about 5.5 pounds, sub 6 pounds either way. Pretty good trigger, decent amount of pre-travel. You're not gonna see a fantastic crisp trigger on a shotgun like this. This is kind of a utility value shotgun. The bang around the woods and shoot some turkeys with. Let's look at the ergonomics really quick. Very light in the hands. Narrow pistol grip. This is fairly wide up here. Much wider than you would think with the pistol grip, but actually mounts pretty nice. It is short for me, but red dot allows me to move my head around. Standard Mossberg texturing, nothing really out of the norm there. We've reviewed the Mossberg 500, so we're not gonna get super in depth on some of these. There's a lot of crossover. Decent butt pad. At least has some flex and some give to it. Some of these are just closed cell foam and it's like, they're just rock solid. This has the new Mossberg safety, which I absolutely love. Instead of the metal safety, it's plastic, but much easier to manipulate. The ergonomics are much better. You can see that the optic is low profile. It's cut into the receiver. You don't have to get your head way up, although that would benefit me. It doesn't most people. The Mossberg 500, the pump shotguns, kind of sharper edges. This is gonna be a little bit of a pain to load. I can tell you that right from the get-go. Small shell, small loading port here, sharp edges. That was kind of a pain to load, I'm not gonna lie. Let me get that shell out of there. Twin action bars, steel to steel lockup on this shotgun. Vented flat rib on the receiver with a fiber on front. Comes with one choke tube. It comes with an extra full extended choke tube. I've already went ahead and replaced that with a Carlson's TSS choke tube, because if I'm shooting 410s, I'm shooting TSS. Federal's heavyweight TSS, no doubt about it. I'm gonna go to something more dense than lead, carries more energy, we get more pellets, and out of a 410, I would call that essential. But what do you think? Comment down below. Have you ever hunted turkeys with a 410? What have you seen success with? I just know the science behind tungsten versus lead, and you're gonna get much better performance out of tungsten, and it becomes more and more important the smaller the bore, right? 12 gauge, we're shooting 30 yards, not as big of a deal, but you start shooting 410 and wanna go up 30, 40 yards, pretty big deal. There is some type of mid-bead here. It's like a plastic mid-bead. That's pretty interesting. I've not seen that on any of the other Mossberg 500s, but yeah, feels moderately decent in the hands. You know, this is a gun that an adult could shoot. A younger person can shoot it because it's light, easy to mount up. You know, they're gonna have shorter hands. They're gonna be holding probably back here. It's hard for them to get their arm up, but they can get it back here with enough grip. Enough talking. I wanna put some rounds. I wanna shoot some 410 because it's just dang fun. Didn't hit a darn thing. I don't recommend shooting clays with a red dot, but I mean, virtually zero recoil. There we go. Man, it's like you're not even shooting anything. I mean, there's nothing to it. I love shooting 410. Although I do not recommend shooting clays with a red dot on. I know some people have asked that over the years. Visually, that's not the way you want to approach a moving target. But turkeys, they might be moving real slow. We put the red dot on their head, pull the trigger, that's it. I have some Federal TSS 410 here. Let's go over to the pattern plate and we'll put it on the plate and see what it looks like. So this was a 12 gauge, the Mossberg 835. This was the 940 Pro, and this was the Mossberg 500. Dude, you gotta get a glimpse of this. Look how it has dented the steel. That is unreal. When I shoot normal lead shot, doesn't dent it at all. So obviously we're dealing with a lot less pellets, and because we have such a smaller bore diameter, smaller cartridge, that's why it's important to use something like TSS, because TSS is more dense, allows us to have smaller shot size and more pellets per volume of the shell. If we shot lead at that, there would be a lot less pellets. But anyways, let's get back at it. It's just crazy to me when you are shooting a 12 gauge target loads and then you go shoot like a TSS heavyweight, night and day difference. But when you get to a 410, you shoot the target loads and then you shoot the TSS, slight difference, very manageable. So if you're looking for a sub-gauge shotgun to hunt turkeys with at a fairly affordable price, this is a great option and one I would absolutely be thrilled to hunt with. We got several Mossberg turkey shotguns we're reviewing, but we're gonna put them all side by side in an upcoming video. So by the time you're watching this, it might already be out. So go looking for it on the Target Focus Life channel. But that's just a quick look at the Mossberg 500. It's a classic shotgun, been out for a lot of years. A lot of people own them. And in 410, it's a pretty sweet little shooting gun. A little bit tricky to load, very easy to shoot. Great gun for really adults and youth. And I might have to go after a turkey with it. We got lots of options, but this is a good one. I've been impressed with this gun. Hope you enjoyed the video. Remember, whether you're in the field or in life, you're only gonna hit those shots you're laser focused on. So live target focused. See ya.